Welcome to The Incompetent Griller, where I'm going to teach you, an incompetent griller, how to look like you know what you're doing when grilling in front of your family and friends. Today we'll be smoking party ribs on a Weber Kettle grill. To get started, light your coals in a chimney, then come inside to turn your regular ribs into party ribs.
It's party time! P-A-R-T. Why? Because I gotta!
For party ribs, we'll grill each bone separately, rather than as one big slab. We're using a St. Louis style cut today, as they tend to have a more uniform shape, though you can still use this recipe for any rib style you prefer. We'll begin by removing the membrane from the back of the ribs, though this step is optional, so don't stress yourself out over it. Stick a butter knife under this membrane on the back side, then use a paper towel or napkin to get a better grip as you pull it off. Now, cut the ribs in between each bone. This allows us to coat all sides in deliciousness. We'll be using Kinder's Habanero Pineapple Barbecue Rub and Seasoning today, as we want these to be both sweet and spicy. Make sure to roll the ribs around and coat all sides before taking them out to the grill. We'll place the coals to one side, as we're smoking with indirect heat. I'm adding a few more coals here, as I just finished grilling my Filipino-style ribs. You should check out that video if you haven't already. When George Lucas was making Star Wars, he would often say that he wanted scenes to be faster and more intense. We'll be taking his advice and applying it to grilling by opening the vents all the way so we can cook these hot and fast. If you'd like to, add a chunk of wood to provide some smoky flavor. I'm adding apple wood this time around. With the grate in place, arrange the ribs on the indirect heat side of the grill. Once you've done so, place the lid on with the vent over the ribs to draw the smoke in that direction. We'll let these smoke for about 45 minutes. During that time, leave the lid on because, as Albert Einstein wisely taught, if you're looking, you're not cooking. While you're waiting, go to the Idaho Tourism website and request a free official Idaho travel guide for yourself or a friend. If it's for a friend, don't tell them about it. Just let them think it's the universe telling them to have an adventure in the land where potatoes grow. They'll thank you later. Probably. I checked these ribs at 45 minutes and they weren't quite ready, so I gave them another 15 minutes. After 1 hour, our ribs are now at a temperature of around 190 degrees Fahrenheit. Ribs need to reach at least 165 to be quote-unquote done. But cooking ribs closer to around 200 degrees ensures the connective tissue breaks down, causing them to become tender or even fall off the bone. If you prefer the latter, just cook them a little longer. To reiterate the point I made in my last rib video, I don't want to see a debate in the comments over whether rib meat should be fall off the bone or still have a little tug when you bite into it. We're not making competition barbecue here. We're just trying to enjoy some ribs with each other, and us arguing about one method over the other is letting the vegans win.
That's how we're gonna win. Not fighting what we hate. Saving what we love.
Amen, Rose Tico. Amen. Place the ribs in a tin pan, to which we'll add some butter and brown sugar. We'll also add enough Sweet Baby Ray's sweet and spicy barbecue sauce to coat the ribs. Now put this tray of delicious meaty goodness back on the grill for about 10 minutes with the lid on, after which time you can stir them around, then leave them on for another 10 minutes to let the sauce thicken up a little more. If you want the sauce a little tackier still, you can leave them on for another 5 to 10 minutes after that. At this point, the ribs are ready to bring inside. Allow them to cool slightly, then dig in. These ribs are delicious. They're sweet with a little bit of heat. I'm going to stop this video now. Let me know of your own successes down in the comments after trying this method yourselves. Have a great day.